It's only a game. Why you have to be...
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video, I want to answer a question that I've been getting a lot over the last day and a half or so. Why am I not more upset about the Lars and Krista Talisman and the Kark Talisman being locked behind such a large paywall? For those of you that don't know or haven't heard, or your head's been under a rock for a while, the majority of the new talismans that were added to Hero Wars Mobile, the Yasmin talisman is by spending energy. The Astrid Lucas, Ishmael, and Ziri talismans are just from logging in. The Lars and Krista talismans, you have to spend a couple of dollars. I think it's 8,000 VIP and then 50,000, 20,000 VIP or something. You end up having to spend a couple of $100s in order to get both of those. And the Kark talisman you can only get if you reroll 500 times. And you know, just so that we're on the same page on what that looks like, you can reroll stats using emeralds if you would like. You see 200 emeralds for each reroll, 50 or 500 times 200 emeralds, whatever that is, that times 100 metacubes, whatever that is, that ends up being, a lot. It's very difficult to get the Kark talisman unlocked. But the thing that I want to say is this, and it's not going to make a lot of you feel any better, but to me, there are like 3 types of players of Hero Wars. There are like 3, okay? There's the mega whales, right? And these whales are competing in the top 20 guild positions in the, in the Duke League. If you go to the Duke League here, there you go. There are 20 positions, the top 15, the top 5 makes it in. There are 20, there are 20 guilds, 20 times 30, whatever that number is, of players in the absolute top. And then the Duke League, all you got to do to be in the Duke League is to get above a certain ranking. There's a lot of people in here, There's a lot of people in this league. You can see even my guild is in the Duke League. I'm sorry, the Royal League is the top league. Excuse me, I said that backwards. The Royal League is the top 20, and the Duke League is in second position here. And there's a lot of people in this league. So the whales, they have to max out everything. They have this fear of missing out situation where they have to spend. We saw it with the Titan artifacts. We see it with the Skin Plus situation. We see it with anytime a new hero is released. Through the course of spending money, playing for a long time, or doing tap joy rewards, people have amassed enough resources or can just purchase enough resources to continually max things out, right? So there's this new event now where it requires you basically to spend, whatever it is in order to get the VIP to unlock the Lars talisman. But here's the thing. The majority of players are free-to-play players or are very low-spending players, okay? And you might even call yourself that. You might even hope to be a spending player or a whale player. I don't know why you would, but you have the super top 1% of players that buy everything every time. These things are in place for them, okay? The Kark talisman is not impacting many of the fights nearly as much as people would hope. Neither are the Lars and Krista fights. There are some specific circumstances where they are impacting fights. Okay, the extra agility and magic defense for Kark, the extra magic attack and intelligence for Lars and Krista. There is some instances that those are being impactful, but they're so few and far between for the average player that it's just like not having a skin leveled up. I want you to look at your account right now. Average viewer watching my YouTube video, I want you to look at your account right now, and let's say you're building, I don't know, the Julius Judge Isaac team. Are every single skin that you have built up right now on your Julius Judge Isaac and 6 or 8 support heroes that are added into there, is every single skin maxed? If yes, then you're on that upper spectrum, right? If no, then you shouldn't be too concerned about these talismans, because all they are basically is a 6th skin. That's really all it is. And the stats that they give you, they don't really change how the hero acts in battle. You don't have to have a 100% max Julius in order for Julius to be effective. And the same thing can be said for Lars, Krista, Kark, Astrid Lucas, all of those heroes that are getting the talismans. So what is the ultimate point of this? Well, the free-to-play players, right, and the average spending player are feeling some kind of way about these 3 talismans, right? And maybe you should be, maybe you shouldn't be. I don't know what your budget looks like, but the fact of the matter is everything in this game on a long enough timeline is almost free. is almost free. Okay, so the last big egregious thing that happened, what was that? Well, it was the introduction of the Skin Plus. Okay, so Lars was the first hero that got the Skin Plus. I did a video about it a little while ago, right at a year ago actually, because that's when the solar skins for Lars, Krista, and whoever else was added to the game. I'll actually link that video in the description box down below. I just rewatched it. This video talks about how the Skin Plus for Lars is a scam. It's overpriced. It costs like $200 and something to guarantee it by buying stuff. But now you can just get it by, opening heroic chests, right? You just go into the heroic chest thing. You set your faction, your selected faction, as whatever faction that you'd prefer, right? For Lars and Krista, whatever faction of mystery or chaos, I don't even remember what they are. And then you have these grand prizes that if you open one per day, if you open one chest per day, you get a grand prize every 400 days. Okay, once a year. If you open the grand prize, if you open the heroic chest every day and you watch one ad per day, you get a grand prize off of this list every 200 days. Now you might say, oh, Charlie, I really want the Lars skin. What if I open up the Anvari skin instead? Well, that's bad luck, unfortunately, but that happens. And none of these skins are really that impactful. They are. Don't get me wrong. They are helpful. But they're not skins that suddenly make the character good. All of these characters are good without this skin, right? And the same thing can be said for these talismans. Every hero is going to get a talisman, all right? Until the majority or all heroes get talismans, we're going to have events like this. They're going to tweak the event, all right? A lot of overwhelmingly negative feedback about this event. Hopefully they tweak that the next time. Eventually, there will be a way to acquire all of these talismans for next to nothing. You talk about Titan artifacts. All right, talk about limited time skins. Limited time skins, $15 for a solar skin or whatever the cost of it is. You can only buy the solar skin during the solar event, the 3-day event, right? The Kayla, Aiden, and Heidi skin that's getting ready to come out. You can only buy it during that event. But if you wait a couple of months, you have a chance to get it out of the Outland chest. And guess what? If you wait a couple months after that, you have a chance to get it with skin stones. Now, skin stones are not free. Like, you need a ton of them, but you can, over time, save up enough by doing daily tasks without spending hundreds of dollars, is my point. Without spending, 200 emeralds a pop, re-rolling 500 times just to get Kark's talisman. And then whenever you do get Kark's talisman leveled up, are unlocked, then you have to continually re-roll that talisman to find a good roll for your Kark. And even then, you're not going to see a huge impact in PvP. You're just not. Like, that's not the way that the game is set up. The skills and team synergy overweigh stats a majority of the time, not every time, all right? Not every time. Eventually, all of these talismans will be free. Eventually, every single one of these will be incredibly easy to acquire, and a lot of you that are quitting over this event and, throwing a fit, you just needed a reason to quit anyway, and maybe it's for the best. Maybe it is for the best, but on a long enough timeline, all of these egregious, terrible, scammy, overpriced things, they become free. I challenge you, in the comment section down below, I challenge you to give me one instance of any super scammy, high-priced thing in Hero Wars Mobile that eventually doesn't become basically free over a long enough timeline. And if you do, then I don't know, maybe I'll send you some emeralds or something. But I just don't think that it exists. I just really don't think it exists. So while I feel some kind of way about this, I know in my heart of hearts that I'm not going to chase these 3 talismans, even though I want them. I'm not going to chase them. I'm not, because there are better uses for the resources, right? There's better ways to spend my money, my dollars, on emeralds during a times 4 emerald sale. There's better places to spend my emeralds, like opening Outland chests instead of re-rolling a talisman just to unlock Kark so I can keep re-rolling it again until I find a good roll on it. There are better places for all of those things, and indeed, it's beyond my budget that I spend on this game each month. So to those that are continually private messaging me, asking me why I'm not making a big deal about this, why I'm having my contest video, which, by the way, I am giving away 2,000 metacubes to 5 lucky players. If you're interested in learning more about that, check out the video that's on screen now. Leave a comment on that video with your account ID. We're drawing 5 names Monday, tomorrow afternoon. Guys, just relax. It's only a game, and eventually, even if you don't get access to these today or this weekend, you will again have a chance in the future. It may not feel good to hear this, but yeah, I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.